Oh, shit. I forgot my mic. So I had to reach over there and get it. As soon as I turned on, I thought, I'm forgetting something here. So this video is a discussion. Sorry. This is the way we roll here. Sort of. Sorry about that, folks. This is a wee short video. Don't worry. The last one, the one I probably put up on my channel, there's 20 minutes. This one's hopefully be a bit shorter. But this was another discussion video or response to JJ. I'll put her channel in the description. She always has these great discussions, great ideas to get conversations going, I find. And this is another good one. This is something that if you watch her video, she was talking about, I think it was some girls were put on trial for certain books in Iran. They're trying to defend certain stories or certain novels to be taught, or trying to probably to defend their right to read at all, maybe in Iran. But I know that whenever she says people that are banning books in certain countries, and you're put in trial, or books you think will get banned, what books would you defend? Would you go up in trial and defend for, in some countries you could be defending it with your life, And this is my trial book that I would go up and defend. And I'm talking about a work of fiction, not like the Bible or like facts and stuff like that. No, I'm just fiction. I'm thinking a work of art. And the one that I choose is The Divine Comedy by Dante Alighieri. And I know this has been around for years and years, but if you actually look up, there's been talk in recent memory of removing this from schools and in certain countries, and trying to wipe it out of the curriculum. Can't even speak, for students at universities. And it's because of what they class in it, and they maybe have a point. I'm not saying they don't, because it was a work created at its time. Like, you're talking the 1300s. I think it was 1326 when this came out, just shortly before Dante's death. And even when he brought this out at the time, it was very frowned upon because he was talking about cardinals and popes and stuff. So I'm surprised it actually got published back then, but it did, and we still have it. But if the powers that be could get away with it, they would probably try and take this out of schools and maybe off the shelves, because in their eyes, and it might be there a bit, but you have to kind of let it go over your head, because all works of art can be critical. It's whenever you care about the words and they offend you, then there's something wrong with you, in my opinion. As it says in another video, words can't hurt you. You can just move on. But they reckon in some places, and we're talking the Western world here too, I think, like Italy and all, even, which is where this writer was from, they were talking about removing this because of Islamophobia. It's their words, not mine. Anti-Semitism. They think it's really bad against the Jewish community. And they also think with the violence and the things that happened in the Inferno, it's maybe too violent for certain people. Oh, how long? I had to pause it. Sorry. The door knocking there. So yes, there's a lot of people would try and get rid of this book, but in my opinion, it's a work of art which needs to stay around, because what Dante Alighieri's, it's a story of growth. Like this man in his middle years was going through a rough time, and he was losing himself and losing his soul. And Virgil takes him on this journey through hell and purgatory, and then to paradise, and he redeems himself. So it's a story of redemption. But amongst that, there's a lot more, or a poem of redemption. It's a big epic poem, but there's a lot more hidden in between the lines. It's a tricky one. It's not one. This is not a book that you'll maybe read your first time and think, yeah, I love this. Took me 3 times. I read this at the start. I only got to Purgatory, and then I had to stop, and then I picked up again and finished it a little while later. And then I read it again, and I enjoyed it. And then I read it the third time. I kind of enjoyed it, but I wasn't a Christian. Third time I read it, I kind of knew more about the background, and I knew who some of the characters he was meeting. And there's a lot about Greek mythology in this as well. And it has everything. It has absolutely everything. And the thought that they were going to remove this from schools, even in Italy, and they still might do it yet, because they think it's going to be offensive to certain people. It's not on. It's like, yes, there's going to be people are not going to like maybe the Dante Alighieri's point of view in certain things. But when do you stop? You know what I mean? Once you take books like this away, what's after that? You know, that would be my point of view. So that's why I would defend this. Once you take the Divine Comedy off the shelves, because it's not good for the powers that be deem it not good for you, that is when we're going the wrong direction. So my pick, or my book that I would defend on trial, and say there was a whole crowd of professors and angry students that wanted me to get off, shut up, and throw stones at me, I'd throw this big hardback book at them, try and knock a few out when I'm at it. But that would be my book that I would go to the trial for. I would try my best to defend this for as the best I can, the best of my ability. Be careful buying it on e-reader in case it fucking disappears someday. We'll just say that. And that's another thing. They could start doing that, but once they try that with the Divine Comedy, I would try my best to stop them if I had the opportunity. To stop them. Who the fuck? I don't know. At the end of the day, like, who's going to listen to me? But that would be my book, JJ. And this is 10 minutes as usual. Sorry for dragging on, but yeah, that would be mine. The Divine Comedy. All the best.